What is up, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today we're doing a brand new preview of an upcoming edition for Supreme Ruler 2030. This is going to be Project 2025, the next iteration of the 2030 game. So this is going to be the updates in which we are going to be able to continue to play as newly elected President Donald Trump. And what this will entail is a couple of stories. It's a very short story. Basically, what I was told is that this is a short version of this. So I'll go ahead and just go off of the objectives that we have set for us. It is my great pleasure to return to the White House. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We'll be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the very start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping across the country. Sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize the opportunity like never before. It sounds exactly like something Trump would say. Let's go ahead and hit play on this and see if we have any more objectives as of right now. And let's also check to see. I don't play Supreme Ruler that often, but I definitely know that Conglomerate and Average Gamer are very avid gamers and players for this. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of that, I highly recommend you go check out their channels. Let's go ahead and hit play on this and continue going over a little bit more. What we're also going to do is we're going to deploy a little bit of our military, and by a little bit, I mean a lot. So let's go ahead and deploy all of our troops, and that's probably way too many, so I'm going to go ahead and grab these guys, and then we are going to go ahead and throw them into reserves as well. That way we're not wasting too many supplies. So most of our troops on the East Coast are going to be activated right now, so that way we're not wasting too much money or supplies. And we are already running a deficit, so we might have to increase our ability to get money. So what are we running at? We are running at surplus. We're running a $14 billion surplus, but last day's trades was 21.05 billion in a negative. What is this? Last day's trade. So that is our actual trade. Consumer goods is apparently running $20 billion short. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and continue on, and let's see what kind of options we have. So if you guys are interested in this game, this is basically what this is. It's a geopolitical simulator game in which you can interact with other countries, play as the country. You have a rather in-depth economic simulation. So if you kind of hold over these types of items, you can actually see we have expenses, so we have trade received, foreign aid, treasury, we have taxes, loan principal and interest, production, we have our domestic sales, we have research and defense, so that's all income. If we have expenses, we can go to the same thing. We have defense, and it shows our military, our unit production, and research, etc. Production, treasury. We have social services, construction, facilities, loan repayment, interest, overdraft interest, and then what we also have. And this is one of my favorite things about it, is that whenever we go over here, we can actually manage bonds. So whenever we want to borrow more money or anything like that, we actually have a rather interesting economic simulation. So we can issue new bonds, we can click one of these, and if we have the money in order to do it, we can pay back these bonds. That way we're not basically running just ourselves into debt all the time. So this will basically decrease our interest rate and kind of go from there. So it's really, really interesting. And then we also have some actual tax spending that we can do. So like right over here, we can increase our spending on, believe this is the, and then like right over here, we have the ability to have our minister focus on certain aspects. So if we want to say, okay, I'm not going to micromanage this, so we're going to say increase our social spending, and then it's like, okay, this is the benefits of this. So your domestic approval will go up, or your international reputation will go up. But then your concerns for this, if you just leave this on on auto is that the minister could possibly do excessive amounts of social spending, which then could cripple your economy by increasing your deficit, increasing the amount of debt that you're going to be contracting. Same thing if you go over to infrastructure, it will focus on building roads and railroads to increase your supply range, but then focusing too much on one social program can hurt the others. Well, this will also help our military as well as delivering commodities to the market. That way you can get more money off of it. We have improved GDP. It could lead to significant inflation, but then our GDP per capita would improve our domestic approval rating. But then whenever you want to put a minister over here, then you can say, okay, you can focus on environment, but then I'm not going to allow you to create more bonds or buy more bonds or draft more bonds from the market. So that will limit the ability to contract debt, but then it will also limit the ability of you being able to pay for these programs. So it could cause a little bit of an issue in the future. And what we're going to do today is we are going to go ahead and focus on a major combat operation that's going to become underway. Let's go ahead and send our troops up to the border. And what we're going to do is that we're going to go ahead and launch the liberation of Canada. This is going to be a very particularly controversial action by the President of the United States. What we're going to do is that we're going to do this in two different fronts. We're going to go ahead and hit the Canadians over into Windsor, and then we're going to try to distract them as much as we can, try to push up toward Toronto. But then what we're going to do is that our main force is going to attack from the south. We're going to take Montreal, and we're going to focus on taking Ottawa. Once we take Ottawa, then we can go ahead. And the objective today, basically what we're going to do, we're going to launch an attack into Canada and liberate Canada from the liberal masterminds that control the country. What we're going to do is this is going to happen in 2 or 3 main waves. The first force is going to be more of a distraction. It's going to push up through Windsor toward London, and then it's going to go up toward Toronto. Try to distract as many Canadian forces as we can coming in from the south. Our main force is going to attack from the northeast and from New England, and it's going to push up toward Montreal. This force is going to push up to Montreal, and then this force is going to push up to Ottawa. Once this force captures Montreal, we'll push in from the east and then move in over to Ottawa. What we'll also do is just a little bit more of a distraction. We're going to deploy some more troops, and then we're going to push up into Vancouver, and then maybe push up toward places like Calgary and Winnipeg just to kind of distract their forces from having to move over into the east. So this will be a very interesting gameplay in trying to liberate Canada and bring them into the fold as a U.S. territory. And if we have more time today, we will also liberate the great nation, the great state, the new state of Greenland, and they will become ours very shortly. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and launch the massive invasion of Canada. And before we do that, I also want to make sure that we are reserving or deploying our troops. Give me just a second, and we are going to go ahead and throw these guys up here. I think we're going to do these guys from this road, and then most of these guys, they're going to push in from Bellingham, and then we're also going to deploy a lot of troops from the southeast. So we're going to have a massive push in to Vancouver. Vancouver should fall rather quickly. And just to cover our flanks, I think what we'll do, we're going to push in with this road, and we're going to start pushing in from the north as well, from Alaska. Let's go ahead and play this, have our forces get into position, and then we're going to go ahead and start this invasion. All right, and it looks like that our forces are mostly into position, so what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go over here, we're going to right-click on Canada, we're going to hit Declare War, we're going to pull up this little latch, and we're going to go ahead and hit that Declare War button. We are now officially at war with Canada. First things first, we're going to push into Montreal from the south, and then we're going to go ahead and push in an additional force toward Ottawa, and as well, we're going to push in toward Ottawa as well. We're going to go ahead and push in these guys. They're going to push in from the north. And then as well, these guys are going to capture Vancouver. Vancouver will fall very quickly, it looks like. And Vancouver has fallen. So we're going to just push in and just push just a little bit deeper. And as well, we're going to push in a force from the south toward Calgary. And let's look, we're also pushing in from the Upper Peninsula, and Ottawa is very close to falling, and Montreal as well. So let's go ahead and capture Montreal. Montreal looks like they have fallen, and we're going to push in toward Ottawa as well. We're going to keep an eye just to make sure that they're not going to move their capital. Looks like Ottawa already fell, so they might have a new capital already. Let's go ahead and ascertains our positions, doing very successfully right now. Ottawa looks like that they're still not under the American flag, so we're going to have to push in a little bit deeper. Capital has been captured. They may capitulate very, very soon, but there is also a possibility that they have a new capital. Let me check. I do not see anything right here. It looks like that we are encircled. We need to get that over there so that we can get more supplies. We're gonna push these guys over and push in toward Calgary. Where is that new capital, new Canadian capital? I'm not seeing anything as of yet. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right, it looks like that that is correct. So we're gonna have to push in from two sides. We're going to push in from Michigan, and we're going to push in from Ottawa. And so we're going to have to just go, come on, make sure that they're taking the correct roads, and they have to push in from Ottawa. I'm going to leave a residual force, that way it can defend Ottawa in case of further attack. We're also going to reinforce with more forces, just to make sure they're not going to take the city again. We're going to continue to push in. We have no supplies right now. Why are we not pushing in from Windsor? So many planes right now. And Toronto may have fallen. Give me just a second. Alright, Toronto, yes, has fallen. Where is the next capital? So they might have a new capital. We just have to see, and yes, that is going to be Calgary. It looks like we're going to have to make a push and start capturing every major city that we can. So we're going to have to go after Saskatoon next. So we're going to go ahead and get ahead of the ball and start attacking Saskatoon as well. So we're going to go ahead and move these guys in. We probably should have moved these guys in a little bit earlier. And yeah, our supplies are absolutely dog right now. Actually, look, actually, it seems that we have captured and capitulated Canada. Canada seems that they have fallen. And yep, enemy falls. One of our enemies, Canada, is eliminated. The last remnants of their central government have fled. Region falls. Canada, led by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau today, cease to exist. The last remnants of their civil government have fled. And yes, that is good to see. And could we launch a quick invasion of Greenland? We possibly could. And let's go ahead and give it just a second, and let's see what the changes are in the Canadian government. All right, and it looks like that we hit our end screen as of right now. Looks like about a month of gameplay about. So what we have is, we hope you enjoyed this preview. We have lots of other events planned, but if you have any ideas, please share them on Steam or on our Discord channel. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this just for a minute before we go. It looks like we have reached the end of the game. So basically what we have is, this is the what will be shown on the store page as soon as it goes live. It says, "Make America great again, again, again." Donald Trump's second term in office has shaken up the very foundations of the 21st century's global order. Take your seat in the Oval Office and work to implement President Trump's agenda to make America great again, again. Is it time to break trade agreements with the rest of the world, bring Panama and Greenland into America's control? And Canada will almost certainly be excited to be the 51st state. To China and Russia, the United States president continues to be unpredictable. How will they react? In Western Europe, leaders are shaken by their new reality and realize they may have to make hard decisions now that America can no longer be relied on. How will this play out? Will you assume Trump's role as the new U.S. leader and guide America to renewed greatness? Or will you instead lead another nation and take advantage of the potentially dysfunctional America to further your own ambitions? So maybe you could play as China and invade Taiwan, or as Russia and complete the invasion of Ukraine. This DLC adds the following to Supreme Ruler 2030: a new campaign starting in March 2025 to enact President Trump's agenda, new sandbox starting on U.S. Inauguration Day, January 20th, 2025, and as well as an updated, quote, modern world relationships, leaders, and regional economies. You can take control as President Donald Trump or try to minimize the damage as another world leader. And so what we have is that this game is going to go live very, very soon. From the showing of this video, from what I'm seeing, is about 48 hours from now, we should see the release of Project 2025 for Supreme Ruler 2030. If you have not purchased Supreme Ruler 2030, you can go ahead and grab it on Steam. It is available on Steam as of right now, and this is going to be a update which will be available on the Steam page. So if you are interested in this, I will provide a link down in the description below. And what do you think about Supreme Ruler 2030? Have you heard about this game? Have you kind of not liked it? Have you liked it? What is your favorite Supreme Ruler game, or what kind of ideas are you thinking of in your playthrough of 2025? Are you going to play as the United States and quell the cartels in Mexico, or bring Canada, Greenland, and Panama into the fold as U.S. territories? Or are you going to take advantage of America's withdrawal from the world, from world affairs, and complete the invasion, as Russia is doing right now, complete the invasion of Ukraine, play as China, invade Taiwan and take Taiwan for yourself? Could you play as Japan and go on another military spree across North Korea, South Korea, and Asia? What kind of ideas are you thinking of? Maybe Germany can have third time's a charm in some ways. And other than that, the purpose of this video was basically just to reveal Project 2025 to you guys. So this is going to be available in about 48 hours from the posting of this video. That is subject to change, so if you don't see it in 48 hours, then any further updates will be posted on the Steam page or within BattleGoat's Discord server. If you guys are interested in playing this, I will be putting the link for BattleGoat's Supreme Ruler 2030 in the description down below. If you guys are interested in seeing more content about Supreme Ruler 2030, let me know down in the comments if you want to see any type of USA series. Could we play as Mexico, China? Maybe we can invade Taiwan, for example. What kind of content would you want to see with Supreme Ruler 2030? I know, like, I've played this a couple of times in the past, especially with Conglomerate. I've never been able to understand this game. Just the military aspect is extremely complicated for me, but if you guys are interested in seeing more, I would gladly love to make more content for you guys, and we'll go from there. But guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything whenever I do make it on the channel. If you guys want to see more Supreme Ruler 2030 content, go ahead and again leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching this with me. Go ahead and check out Supreme Ruler 2030 down in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.